Last spring, all of my neighbors and I were forced out of the Chateau Hotel in Lakeview, a single-room occupancy SRO hotel that we could afford. I joined about 2,500 other poor people who have been forced out of our chosen homes on the north side just in the last 3 years. The Millshire Hotel in Logan Square is slated to close at the end of this month, and 70 more people will be displaced. SRO hotel rooms provide long-term housing for over 6,000 elderly people, people with disabilities, veterans, and the working poor across the city. A few developers have targeted occupied SROs, evicting all tenants in order to gut rehab the buildings and increase rents by 60% or more. No, it isn't. The displaced tenants may find a room in a faraway neighborhood, while others couch surf or become homeless. And in at least 2 cases, they die.
Right.
After staying with a friend and living at the Cornerstone Shelter in Uptown, I am fortunate to now living at Buffett Place, the former Diplomat SRO hotel.
All right.
Now owned by Thresholds and Brinshore. This is a result of years of community organizing with the strong support and action from Alderman Tunney. As a result of my experiences, I am part of a coalition that is about to introduce an ordinance to prevent the displacement of the remaining 6,000 poor people across the city who call SROs their home.
And as Robert depicted, we are facing a housing crisis. I work at a social service agency, and we saw 1,201 homeless clients last year. The Chicago for All Coalition, headed up by One Northside, is taking the proactive step of preserving affordable housing by passing an SRO ordinance. The ordinance helps to prevent homelessness and even more racial and economic segregation in Chicago. It will require SRO owners to get a permit from the city if they want to make any significant structural changes to their building. They will only receive this permit if they maintain the building as affordable housing. So by working closely with the Chicago Coalition for the Homeless and lawyers from the Shriver Center and BPI, we are building citywide power towards our demands for housing justice.
All right.
And I volunteered to help coordinate housing resources for disadvantaged and low-income people. However, I also have been affected by the downturn in the economy and the loss of affordable and SRO housing. I know what it feels like to be homeless. To pass this ordinance, we need aldermanic and mayoral support. Aldermen, please answer yes or no to this 3-part question. Will you be a co-sponsor of the ordinance? Will you attend our press conference at the ordinance introduction on May 28th? And will you bring 2 of your colleagues on board as additional co-sponsors?
Alderman Smith? Yes. Alderman Fioretti?
Of course.
Alderman Tunney?
Yes, certainly.
And Alderman Burnett?
Without a doubt.
All right. Thank you, Alderman, for your support of this necessary legislation. We are disappointed that Alderman Osterman didn't make it here today, but we are excited to announce that Alderman Burnett, along with Aldermans Burns, Dowell, and Pawar, have stepped up to be our lead team, and we look forward to working with them and all of you.